Hello, hi, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the start of week and call it the SOW. I'm James, and
I'm Zhong Jie. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us again every Tuesday, 12:30 p.m.
yes, that's right. What we want to bring to you, right, is we want to bring to you the latest money news as well as money tips, so that you can take all these news and tips, right, better manage your finances and also to grow your wealth. All right, and in today's topic, right, we're just going to talk about a few key articles that we have read just over the weekend, or I think some
Oh,
is
some
just
fresh out of the oven from yesterday.
yeah, just from yesterday. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some breaking news.
Yes, Zhongjie, you want to tell them about what article are we talking about
We'll be
right now?
covering a few topics, but mainly relating to inflation. So the first topic, I think the main
Take away
news
your
that
hand.
come out yesterday is like Singapore, Malaysia is going to stop chicken export to Singapore from
Yep, that's
June.
right.
So when I see that initially, I was thinking, oh, so how Singapore no more chicken already? So we have to change to something else. Example, yesterday event I go to, I eat fish. So I didn't know chicken is going to be lesser supply. So maybe I should eat chicken more this month because June maybe lesser. Is that gonna be the case?
But I think this article is important because what it is really trying to tell you, right, is that what's going to happen with this cut in supply. I think ultimately is that I think what the Malaysian government does, right, is that they're just trying to make sure that they keep their local prices intact first, and this is one of the key reasons why they are restricting some of the export. Okay, and because of this, right, and therefore, I think we were just talking to Zhongjie earlier, just before we go live, right? We were just saying that, I mean, Singapore, I think we draw about one third, correct, of our supply
Correct.
from Malaysia. Okay, of course, we have got other places where we have gotten the supply from, but we draw our supplies one third from Malaysia. But even so, right, I think it's going to affect the prices for sure. We should also link to our topic today that the inflation it's going fast and it's going at the all-time high.
Yes. Wow. Inflation. Example, if the market is really doing that well, keep on breaking the all-time high, I think it's good for everyone. However, it's not the market, but now it's actually inflation. So inflation, previously the 10 years high hit in March this year. It was 2.9%. However, just April, the statistics they released, it has went up for core inflation. It went up even higher, 3.3%. Wow. So
3.3 or 3.5?
3.3, 3.3%.
Oh yeah, 3.3%.
Yeah. So yes, this is the highest already since ever since the latest one that's the highest is in 2012 January that it came in at 3.5%. So we are almost going to break through the high, all-time high already, and it is getting high. And well, I wouldn't know how to say, but it's something that's yeah without you knowing and they never call it really never call it. Hey, I'm going to increase inflation already, everything could go up. Just
Yeah.
come.
Yeah. All right. So if you want to find out about what inflation is all about, right, I think we did a real recently. A re recently, right? It's called pronounced as re.
Re or real?
Re.
Okay, anyway, it's REL. So yeah,
Yeah,
you can check us out.
You can always check
Yes.
us out, okay? And I think the video is quite easy to understand. And basically, what it really means for us, right, is that the purchasing power of the money is actually getting smaller and smaller, which means the same $1, right, can only buy you lesser thing.
Correct.
All right. And this core inflation, right? I think like what Zhongxi has mentioned earlier, right? The last highest point, right, was January 2012, 3.5%. That was 10 over years ago.
Yes.
And this is really the next highest point, and it's moving very fast. And I think we can talk about the reasons. And one of the reason is because of the war, okay, which is affecting Russia, and because it is raw materials, right, like crude oil and all this, and therefore all this has also drive up the production fee, and this has also caused it to the prices to gone higher. And I think to cope with this, right, I think some government has also increased rates, interest rate, or even currency rates just to fight against this. But this has also caused inflation to dip even further.
Yes, correct. So I think the direct cost definitely will be affecting the fuel prices. So the fuel is also part of which like you affect our electricity as well. So electricity prices has gone up for quite a certain percentage if you notice. And so this is something that has been affecting everyone. Not only that, I think even for travel, even for transportation, or even people who top up petrol, example, driving a car. I don't drive, but I took Grab as well. So I also noticed the price surge and the prices has been going up. So one of the thing, example, like just a taxi flag down rate. If I recall, by the last time when I started taking taxi, the flag down rate is like 2.4, 2.40, $2.40 in Singapore. So now the flag down rate is starting from $4.10. It's almost going to be double already. So wow, that's quite a bit.
Yeah. So with this coming in place, right? Inflation is going to go at now is 3.3 the core inflation, and I'm sure it's going to go up further until the end of the year because like yesterday I was just talking to a client, right? They were importing, I think, just two clients over the weekend. One was doing wheat, the other one he actually imports a raw tuna, and he was saying that whatever prices we see now, right, is basically past prices 3 months ago because they have already hedged against it. But what we're going to see moving forward, right, is really that real price increase, and that is really to the market, and most of them are expecting prices to go up. So like one example about these chickens, right, definitely it's going to affect eggs as well. Okay, so with eggs affecting, flour going up, and obviously bread prices, it's going to go up higher, and these are all basic necessity, basic food, and therefore all these are going to affect us. So with inflation coming in, right, Zhong Jie, anyway, what would you do to what are your thoughts? Will inflation go higher, and then how do you then overcome inflation? From our own point of view.
For myself, definitely looking at the things that we get, be it consume or use, we see whether is there an alternative choice. Look out for options. Example, previously we shared before using house brands. And example, this news also came out, I think 1 to 2 days ago as well, that Singapore Sing dollar against ringgit, we're at an all-time high also. So if you drive, maybe a good chance to top up whatever you need your groceries and then go in and bring it back, bring it out. So I think this is one of the things that you all can consider doing as well. So yes, so meaning that now everything is open, the customs is open, it's easier to go in Malaysia and to buy things there. Just that we are spending there.
Yeah, I think Zhong Jie is totally right. I think sometimes it is also how we budget our things. I think inflation is coming in, so I think the first thing to do is, I think most of us will do, right, is really to cut your tighten your belts a little bit. And I think tightening the belts means a lot more. Like what Zhong Jie mentioned, it is a more careful way to select your grocery, right? I think the other method is also making sure that you spend your making sure your utility, your bill, water, and all this, you just got to cut down. I think this is all one way of tightening your belt. And I think the second way to do it, right, is that you should also relook at some of your investment plans that you have on hand right now. Because if, like, I think just a couple of days, right, I think we were looking at the Singapore bonds, right? They were, I think, if I recall correctly, the 10-year bond rate, if you hold till the end, right, the bond rate has increased. I think it's about 2.7 or 2.71%. If I got it wrong, I can't remember the numbers, but I think it's about 2.6 to 2.7. And I think this amount has gone up. And this has also indicated very, very strongly, right, that inflation is definitely going to come in much, much higher. So if your current money that has been kept in the bank, okay, and it's just making you less than 1% or less than 0.5% of a return, right? I think you should relook at moving it to other places. I'm not talking about moving to other places that can make you a better investment return. I'm talking about moving to other places that can at least beat the inflation right now. Yeah, and don't forget that the core inflation in Singapore is at 3.3%, almost hitting the all-time high of 3.5.
Yeah, correct. So what James is saying is also like stretching our dollar, whether I stretch the dollar to see what is the value, what are the things you can get, or stretch the dollar so that you won't string so much for the period of for long term as well. So yes. So I think another article actually just came out yesterday as well, so that even our own PM Lee actually mentioned that the global measures to tackle inflation may cause recession, but must be taken. So wow, I see it. So does it mean recession coming? I don't know lah. I also do not know. But then again, these global measures to tackle inflation is something that they likely, the whole globally, they'll be doing it because it must be taken. but the likely cause of which thereafter may be a recession that will be upcoming as well. So there's one of the episodes previously we also share about stagflation, where there's stagnating the economy and inflation. So we're actually running high on inflation. Whether the market economy will stagnate or not, we do not know. But if it stagnates, it will be stagflation. If it doesn't, it will just go down and there's recession. So I'll have to say I'm not worried too much. But then again, we just have to be more aware about what is happening around the market and the world.
Yeah, I think once recession really does hit, right? Things making sure that you are able to secure a job. I think that one is important. I think what is also important right now, right, is also to continue to upgrade your skills. I think skills has changed over the years, and therefore upgrading the skills is important for you to at least know that what is relevant to you. Okay, whether so the first example we spoke about, right, is tightening your belt. Tightening your belt means cutting back on your bottom line, but I think at the same time you should also look at increasing your top line as well. Yeah, so I think if there's good job opportunity, I think the best time, I think sometimes in crisis, right, it is also the best time for you to start a business. I don't know whether it's the right way to do it, but I think Chinese has always got this saying, like, you can build your empire during the crisis time as well.
Chinese have this saying, in case 时势造英雄, that's one. Second is 危机，有危险就会有机会.
Yes.
So when there's danger or crisis, there's opportunity too. So yes,
yeah. And then this also links to the third point that we talk about, which is also to relook at your investment portfolio once again. And I cannot emphasize the importance of relooking at investment portfolio. I think some of us are just too scared to open up the app or open up the account to look at it. Yeah, and that's the reason, and this gives you a even more stronger reason why you will need to work with a financial advisor, financial consultant, or even your banker. All right, because they are not related to you. They don't have issue opening up your account and tell you, Mr. Customer, or how much money have you left. I just look at some of my investment in the US stock market, right? I think most of it has dropped. Okay, and I've got one particular share that I've got, right, I think it was $45 that I went in. I just checked recently, it's only at $41. Or if you are investing in cryptocurrency, I think the cryptocurrency has wiped up at least more than 50%. I think I was looking at my account, 60% drop. Yeah, it was a huge drop. Yeah, but what is very, very sure is that when I look at my unit trust regular savings account, right, then I noticed that dip wasn't very significant. Yeah, so I think during this recession period or during this period of uncertainty, right, having a stable way of investment, having that correct investment strategy, taking away the emotion is something that is important. And therefore, if you don't have a good financial advisor, financial consultant, I think you should really start looking for one and really start looking at your portfolio, because all the hard-earned money that you have saved over the couple of years, right, you don't want it to be wiped out in just one go. And some people take the approach, since lose money already, right, might as well just close everything. Yeah, that is the worst decision to make, especially when you are not sure about what to do.
Yes, correct. So that's why it's important to find someone that you trust and you can talk to, which is professional and able to sit together with you, journey this with you, and also to give you the professional advice whereby it's nothing to do with emotions, so that you'll be better, that you'll be able to see the whole big picture as well. Because there are a lot of cases of people who did not have like advice or anyone with them, then thereafter, whichever example paper loss that they see, they actually execute and make a decision to cut the loss, and it became not only paper loss, it became a definite loss. Yeah, and it's not easy to make back as well. So.
Yeah, and I think that's all that we want to talk about. And then remember that three things: control your bottom line, okay, increase your top line, and then look at your investment portfolio again. All right, and that's all for today's start of week. Okay, and just want to recap. Start of week basically happens on every Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. We are doing a revamp to it, so we are going to do it on YouTube Live, and then we'll post it onto Spotify and then Instagram Live as well. All right, so if you have any interesting topic, feel free to just drop us a note at our Instagram account, and we'll be happy to bring that topic up. If not, we're just going to cover the latest market news, market tips, so that you are more aware of the finances, what is happening in the market, and with all this information, you can better manage your wealth and grow them. All right. Once again, I'm James, and this is
Zhong Jie. And
All right.
Yep, that's all. And see you next Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.